people on the internet. Welcome to my February bullet journal setup. My theme for the month was characters. I know it's the end of February, but I've been procrastinating and my midterms are coming up, and so I really couldn't get something together by the beginning of February, but I didn't want to have my previous editing go to waste, so here it is. Lunar New Year was in the end of January this year, but I guess I just liked the vibe of this spread, and I liked the idea of this Asian culture kind of thing, and so that's what I ended up doing. Here I begin outlining my character, and so as you can see, I put boxes around things, and then I also put two little boxes in there for the red stamps later. I don't actually use red stamps, as you'll see, but I just wanted a general gist of what things would look like. And so the box is for, because I researched that most Chinese words actually have a format of rectangular, and so I wanted my lettering at least to kind of follow the rules. So one of the rules, I think, is that usually the words are, again, kind of box-ish, so I just drew a box around it and hoped that it could fill it up as well as possible and in the most symmetrical way possible. After finishing the outline and the boxes that act as a guideline, I took out my ink, which is Sumi Moon ink, and the product is linked below in the description box. I'd actually practiced this character many times before writing it in my bullet journal, but it still looks pretty wonky, so please excuse that. I'm by no means professional at doing Chinese calligraphy, so this was just an amateur's go at writing something fun. In the description box, I've linked a few pictures and videos that have helped me in doing Chinese calligraphy for fun, so if any of you guys are interested, feel free to check it out. Next, I decided to add a final touch to the left side of my cover page, and so the little box corner thingamajiggies are actually quotation marks in traditional Chinese, and I decided to add a chengyu within those quotation marks below the little picture, and it says 心想事成, which is kind of like, it's like an inspirational kind of thing that people say to each other during Lunar New Year in China, and there's many others, like I think like 万事如意, 身体健康, and there's like, of course, 恭喜发财, and then the rest of that is 红包拿来, so you get the money. But I just decided as a student, I felt like reaching my goals was a nice inspirational start to February, so that's what I decided on adding within those quotes. After I'd finished coloring in the red boxes, I added 月份, which means month. Usually you have the author's name or the poet's name in the little boxes, but evidently we don't have that, so I just put month. Onto my monthly spread. This month I decided to just use one side. There wasn't that much going on, and I guess I liked the feeling of having all the logistics, practical stuff side by side. So I'd have the dates, the monthly setup, plus my trackers and other, I guess, statistics. And so by having it this way, you could see everything right there, and that was super nice. As you can see here, I'm just counting out the spaces for this spread of 1 month, and that's not very interesting, so I'll just stop talking and you guys can enjoy the background music. After finishing the general gist of the boxes, I began to think about how I wanted to design this spread, and since I was following with the whole Asian theme, of course, the February part was 2月份, which is February in Chinese, and this time I used it to simplify since traditional was just too much to put in that little small area, and I settled upon using Japanese origami paper. It's not from the exact same culture, but I guess it gave off the same vibe to me, and it was so pretty and just lying around, and so I decided to use that and cut out a few shapes and everything like that and pasted it onto my spread. Recently, I've been obsessed with white on black, which is why my days of the week is in that style. I'm a Monday starter, which is based off that basically every single school that I've been to in my education so far uses Monday as the starting point of a week, and so I've kind of accumulated myself into that habit. For my general trackers, I decided to do a graph because you can track 4 or more things just using one little setup, and so that's super neat. Again, with the whole Asian culture theme, I decided to do a fish scales type of Japanese pattern for my mood tracker, and it works the same way all mood trackers do. It's just a lot smaller. You just color in the day to correspond with your mood. Personally, lighter colors always correspond with happier days, and darker colors always correspond with sadder days, and so I guess I just didn't feel like making a key, so that's why a key is absent. To complete this tracker page, I had a few more habit trackers in a different, format, since I am new to bullet journaling still, and I want to try as many different ways as possible, and so I guess that was a fun experiment. I don't track many things as a student, but they're mainly things just like exercise and sometimes a few things that I'd like myself to keep up with as, good habits or just simply goals for myself. For my first weekly spread of February, I decided to do boxes as my setup kind of scheme, and so as you can see, I'm counting out boxes, and I have 6 on one page and then the 7th on the right hand side page. I also wanted a weekly goals type of thing in my spread, and so I made that using dotted lines for the border just to differentiate between just regular days. And so for those goals, I'm thinking about just putting things that are, motivation, and when I'm down or when I don't have that determination to go finish things, at least you can see more long-term things and kind of get that little boost of self-esteem even sometimes, I guess. I also like to have a general to-do list just so that I can see what I have to do for the entire week and then put it into my daily bucket list. I also drew 2 little icons. One's a light bulb and the other one's an arrow. The light bulb stands for brainstorming and the arrow stands for next week. Lastly, I added a bit of a final touch-up, including washi tape and a little bit of origami paper, just so that the whole spread seemed more colorful. And that is it for my February setup. Hope you guys liked this video, and see you guys next time. I do not have an update schedule yet, but I'll try to see what I can do, and spring break is coming up, so yay, I can make more videos, but this was super fun and I hope you guys liked it. Bye!